Good day, everyone. So we'll discuss the requisites of contracts, particularly the essential requisites of contracts. And so we already know that essential requisites of contracts are consent, object, and cause. We'll begin first with the consent. When we say consent, it is the manifestation of the meeting of the offer and the acceptance upon the thing and cause which are to constitute the contracts. So we have two particular items that we have to remember when we say consent. It's the offer and the acceptance. To cut it short, when we say offer, the offer must be certain, and when we say acceptance, the acceptance must be absolute. Okay, so here are the rules when we say offer. Okay, the offer must be certain. So it's because there could be no meeting of minds if the offer is vague or not definite. Thus, if S, or the seller who has several lots, offers the B buyer, okay, his lot without designated any of the following lots, so that is not a certain offer. Okay, so ayan. What if there is advertisement? Is it an offer? Ayan. Business advertisements, things for sale, are not definite offers but merely an invitations. Okay, so what if there are advertisement for the bidders? Ayan, so when we say bidders, these are just merely invitations only to make proposal of the advertiser, and it's not bound to accept the highest or lowest bidder unless the contrary appears. Ayan, so that's particularly the rules of offer. Another is the offer becomes ineffective upon the following items: death, civil interdiction, insanity, insolvency of either the party acceptance is before the acceptance is conveyed. So therefore, magiging ineffective siya if nangyari ito before the acceptance is conveyed. Death, civil interdiction, insanity, insolvency of either party, whether the seller or the buyer, or in the case of contract of sale. Ayan. So, that's the rules on offer. Okay, so in addition to that, we have also this option contract. When we say option, an option is a contract whereby the offerer gives the offeree a certain period within which to buy or not a certain product for a fixed price. It may or not be a valuable consideration. Okay, so that is an option contract. So what are the rights of the offerer to withdraw the offer? Okay, if there is no consideration for the option, okay, the offerer may withdraw of the offer anytime within the option period, provided that there has not yet been acceptance made. Okay, so ganito yan. Kapag ang option contract kasi is may consideration, meaning you gave a money to reserve that option. Okay, so the offeree, okay, has not the right to, the offeror don't have the right to revoke the option contract. Therefore, hindi niya pwedeng magalaw or hindi niya pwedeng ibenta doon sa iba. If ever wala namang consideration given by the offeree, okay, so pwede mo siyang i-revoke anytime but before the acceptance made. Ayan. Now let's proceed to the rules on acceptance. Okay, one word that we have to take note of acceptance is that the acceptance must be absolute. If the acceptance varies the offer, there is no contract since there is no meeting of minds yet. Now, here are the following situation. If the acceptance is qualified, it constitutes counteroffer. We say counteroffer, and it has the effect of rejecting the offer. Example, the seller sells his lot at 500,000 and then the buyer is not convinced, therefore nag-counteroffer siya. Pwede bang 450,000? So that's counter-offering. Now, if ever si seller pumayag naman, so may meeting of minds na tayo dyan. So that's a definite offer. But in case counter-offer pa lang po, there's no definite acceptance pa. Okay, so if the offer fixes the time, place, and manner of acceptance, all must be complied with. So, klaro po tayo dyan. Otherwise, there will be no meeting of minds. What if there is acceptance made through a telegram? Paano ba natin malalaman na accepted na or absolute na yung acceptance? Okay, if there is a letter or telegram, it does not bind the offer except from the time it came to his knowledge. Okay? So, ayan, the contract in such case is presumed to have been entered into the place where where the offer was made. Ayan. So, we have two types of acceptance. It could be express or implied. When you say express, it is made orally or in writing. But when you say implied, for example, I sold you mangoes. Ayan. So, paano ba natin malalaman if he or she impliedly accepted it? Now, before pa sinabi niya na bibilihin niya yung mangoes, he started to consume the mangoes. So, that's implied acceptance. Okay, another rule. An offer made through an agent is accepted from the time it is communicated to him. Why? That is so because the agent is just an extension of the personality of the principal. Let us now proceed to rules on consent. Okay, so one important aspect when we have to validate if the consent is valid or accepted is the capacity. Okay, so the parties must have the capacity to enter into a contract. So the following items or persons cannot give consent to a contract. First is unemancipated minors. So emancipation takes place by the attainment of the age of majority, which is 18 years. So hindi po pwedeng mag-enter sa contract, any contract yung minors. Otherwise, the contract will be voidable if isang party lang yung minor. So magiging defective siya. Another one is insane or demented persons. They are not also allowed. We have also, but here, lucid intervals, contracts entered into lucid intervals or under lucid intervals are still valid. When we say lucid intervals, it refers to the period of temporary sanity. Another is deaf and mutes who don't know how to write. Okay, so hindi po pwede silang magbigay ng consent or mag-enter sa contract because they don't have the capacity to enter. So, let us now move on to the next rule. Contracts agreed on the state of drunkenness or during an hypnotic spell are voidable. Okay, so we will discuss that more on the defective contract, specifically the voidable one. Okay, another one, a contract where consent is given through mistake, violence, intimidation, and undue influence, or fraud is or are voidable. Okay, so these five are referred to as the causes that vitiate the consent or vices of consent.